What's up YouTube? John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here. There are a ton of iPad apps that have come out since the device's release just a few days ago, and I wanted to share with you some of my favorite and show you what I've been using on a regular basis. And as the device sort of has been out longer and longer and more apps get released, I'll do an update to this video. Let's go ahead and get started. The first application that I use quite a bit is the Kindle application. I'm a big reader, and it gives me an opportunity to get a chance to read all my books that I downloaded on my Kindle 2, which is now completely irrelevant. Here I'm reading Super Freakonomics, which is a fantastic book. Go back home, you get access to the full Kindle store, which actually doesn't pull up a store, actually launches Amazon's website. I'll show you what that looks like. And you can go ahead and download books with your credit card, just as you would on Amazon.com. And they get delivered right to the Kindle application. You don't get the fancy animations when you turn pages like you do in iBooks, but it's a very capable e-reader. The next application that I downloaded, and this doesn't actually come on the device, is iBooks. As soon as you launch the App Store on the iPad, it prompts you to download it. But when you buy it and turn it on, it's not going to be there. It is another e-reader with sort of some cool animations. This is the one that Apple actually built. The library sort of looks pretty neat with a virtual bookshelf. And it's got a store very reminiscent of the App Store or iTunes. You go ahead and buy books. Prices are a little bit higher here than they are on the Kindle store. New releases generally are about $12.99 as opposed to $9.99 from Amazon. So we'll go ahead and keep going on. Pages is one of the applications I've actually found myself using quite a bit. This is a word processing program. This is Apple's answer, I guess, to Microsoft Word that they sort of mobilized for the iPad. You can pick all the templates that you want. We'll go ahead and pick a blank one. And it's a relatively full-featured word processing program. You get the body, bold, underline, italicize. You can choose the text layout, insert pictures. You really can do quite a bit amount of word processing on here. And you can actually pair the iPad with a Bluetooth keyboard, so you can type up a full paper, report, whatever you need to do right on your iPad. There's also a spreadsheet and a presentation application as well. Let's go ahead and keep moving along. Netflix, awesome application. Gives you full access to all of Netflix's on-demand content. The same stuff that you'd get on your Xbox or PS3 or now Wii, you can watch right here. So here's some comedies, Ghostbusters 2, go ahead and hit play. And it authorizes it and just starts playing. It's fantastic, HD quality if you have a good internet connection, and it just works and really broadens the appeal of the iPad beyond the native applications and turns it into a full media player. And you can see that things just start playing right there, and you can rotate it and watch it in landscape mode. And you actually saw how quickly a full hour and 48-minute movie queued up. So go ahead and get out of Netflix. You're going to get access to movies, TV shows, a ton of really cool stuff. And speaking of streaming video, another really great application is the ABC Player. This one actually gives you access to a ton of ABC content, including, there's last night's episode of Lost, V, Dancing with the Stars, a ton of other shows. Go ahead and pick what you want, and you can go ahead and start playing it. So there's Cougar Town. You go ahead and just hit play. And it starts playing. You get a few commercials, and it'll play in widescreen streaming content.
Oh, I love my Blumpy.
So there you go. You can go ahead and full screen or come back.
It's my Blumpy.
So this is the ABC Player, and this is a free download. I should mention the Kindle is free. Pages, I believe, is $9.99. Netflix is free, assuming you have a Netflix subscription that you have to pay for. ABC Player is free. Facebook application is the same Facebook app that is for the iPhone. It's just enlarged quite a bit. And you guys may be able to see that I'm a big reader. I love my newspapers. So I've got the Wall Street Journal application here. Now this has been a bit tricky. The application itself is free, but if you want a subscription, it can run you anywhere from $4 to $2 per month. We ran an article on Techno Buffalo about how to get this for $2 a month. Actually doing a certain of a promotion right now, so check out technobuffalo.com if you want that information. So we can go ahead and pick newspapers. You can go back to just about a week. So this is today's paper, and actually if there's been new articles that have been posted, it's sort of things that are going on since the paper went to print. So go ahead and pick one. You can access this content actually when you don't have a Wi-Fi connection, assuming it's already downloaded. And it looks just like the regular paper. You can scroll through, pick an article you want to read, it opens up, and some ads do pop up, like right there. You can go ahead and view sections. So marketplace. And reading is actually very easy to do on the iPad. I thought I was going to get a bit of eye strain from the screen, but that has not been the case. It's been a very nice experience. So this is a Wall Street Journal. Free application, the New York Times Editor's Choice. And sort of they pull out what they think is the best content of the day, and they sort of push it out to the application here. And it works very similarly to the application we just saw, the Wall Street Journal. You can scroll through, pick an article that you like. Although here you don't get access to all the content, like I said, just the Editor's Choice. And go back to news, pick your sections at the bottom: business, technology, opinion, or features. And next, another free application, USA Today, another newspaper. I don't always read all three of these. Sometimes I pick and choose some content. And this is works relatively similar. Looks like the USA Today. You can go through. You can pick your section by tapping USA Today, money, sports, life. And you go ahead and read any article that you like. So here's one about X-City exec. And some of the cool things about these e-newspapers is that some of them have videos embedded in it. And you actually can watch the video right inside of the article, or they have more than one picture. You can actually flick through. Creates a bit of a more immersive environment. If you want to go to the next page, you just sort of keep scrolling down. So that is USA Today. Those are some of the, let's say, more boring applications, the periodicals. So I've got some games on here as well. Smool, the company that made Ocarina, also made a really cool app for the iPad called Magic Piano. And this is made just for the iPad. Let me show you what this looks like. So I don't need to allow that my location. Essentially, I can't play the piano. I was not blessed with any musical ability, but this is sort of fun just to play around with. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, you can see how many fingers respond to multi-touch here. I've got now 10, and they're all responding at once. You just sort of play the piano. I have no musical ability, like I said, but sort of a fun way to play and mess around. You get some more options. You can compete with other people. You can play a duet. You can pick songs or solo or make a game out of it. Just sort of a fun way to kill some time. Alright, so go ahead and keep moving along. Go ahead and rotate this back. The weather channel, sort of some of the features that the iPad was missing that the iPhone or iPod Touch have, is a weather app. So enter the free weather channel, which gives you just a ton of information. Let me show you what this looks like. It does take a little bit to launch. So you get sort of a grid across the bottom. You can view maps, which will right here in Irvine, California, at 78 degrees and sunny. It's actually a gorgeous day outside. You can get radar, you can see rain. Actually, you can even play some information about the weather, which is kind of neat. It's queuing it up. I'll show you what that looks like. Like I said, this is a very full-featured application, but it's not the quickest in the world. You can see when you're on maps, you get local, video, service, social, and even the weather channel on TV. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this. So go ahead and check out local, and we'll jump to right where we are right now, Irvine, California. You get sort of the next 36 hours, so you know what the weather's going to be like, which is kind of neat. You can get a full hourly report right there. 10-day forecast. Even play some video. You can see that there's some animation. Things start to move. You can see it's going to rain over the weekend, and the little raindrops are moving around. You can go right to their radar, if there are webcams in the area, storm watch, or even get to the weather channel on Twitter, and even some traffic. Video, just weather videos and social, you can talk to them on Twitter. Not that big a deal, but it is nice to know what the weather is. So we'll go ahead and jump out of that. Next, we've got AIM, or Instant Messaging Program for the iPad. It's just an instant messaging program, nothing really to see. It pulls in some social networking feeds. I haven't really even used it, but I guess it'll be nice to have. Also missing from the iPhone is any sort of stocks application. Actually, the Bloomberg app is one that I used on the iPhone. I really liked it. It's a great way to manage your portfolio. I haven't configured it yet for my portfolio. This is what it looked like when you download it. You get a lot of options here. Let's get an example of where it takes advantage of the screen real estate. You can jump right to news. You can see all the different news. You can go back and view the network indices. You can pick one, so pick the Dow Jones. This looks like today's been the best day. Sort of teasing with 11,000. You can rotate it and sort of get some more stock information. If you hold your finger over it, at least on the other one, it pulls up more information. And this will work too with all of your individual stocks. So there's a lot of information to see here. My stocks, equities, commodities, currencies, bonds, podcast, even go right to Bloomberg. All right, so let's go ahead and keep moving along with some of the apps. Skype, it is exactly the same Skype app that you've seen on the iPhone. It's just enlarged greatly. So the next and sort of one of the, I guess, one of the flagship games that launched with the iPad was Need for Speed Shift. I think I'm going to do a full video on iPad gaming, but let me show you briefly what this looks like. Go ahead and launch that. And this is sort of one of the examples where I think it gets a little bit loud. The iPad is really positioning itself as a very nice gaming device with sort of an HD capable screen and some beautiful graphics. You get a really nice racing experience here. So I got some music that plays. Let's go ahead and we can turn that down here. So essentially it's an accelerometer based game, pretty decent graphics, and you go ahead and just drive. It's going to walk me through a bit of a tutorial. Alright, you can see that I just turn it down, rotate any way I want. There's a brake pedal that I can tap to brake, and I just sort of turn. Graphics are actually really nice. The steering wheel kind of looks like an Xbox controller, which is a bit weird, but a lot of fun. I'll steer into a building. So you get some gauges on the top, and you can have some different views. It's a relatively fun game, actually, one that I've enjoyed playing. So sort of shows what the power the iPad's going to have for gaming. This is one of the first really high-def games that's been released. Sort of in the coming months, you can imagine as developers get more access to it and become more familiar. That's only going to improve. Let's go ahead and exit out of that. Switch this back. Okay, the next application is one that you may have seen demonstrated on Techno Buffalo. It is a remote desktop. Actually, let me access my desktop directly. It's a remote client. Brandon did a full video demonstrating what it looks like. It's pretty neat. I'll go ahead and give you a quick demonstration here. Go ahead and launch it. Go ahead and hit play. And type in a password here, and I can show you my computer. So it's actually asleep right now. But this is my desktop. You can see the mouse moving right there. Actually does do multiple monitors as well, so it's asking for my password to go ahead and put it in. I will do that. So you guys can see what this looks like. Brandon did a full video run through. Just want to show you that it works, and actually works pretty well. And you can stream video over this, which is kind of neat. So we'll go ahead and exit out. Okay, the next application is Analytics HD. It lets me access Google Analytics. Essentially looks like Google Analytics on your iPad. No need to show that. Next is a free game. It's called Tap Tap Radiation. It's one of those games that I didn't think was going to be that fun. I found myself sitting there playing with it for much longer than I probably should have. So I'll go ahead and just hit new game, and I'll show you how this works. I'll go ahead and pick a track. I'll turn the volume down so I don't get into any copyright things here. Pick, we'll go with medium, because that's how I roll. And if you've seen any of the Tap Tap games, Tap Tap Revenge or Evolution, you'll be probably pretty familiar with this. Essentially what you got to do, these little balls come shooting down, they go right into the circles, and you got to tap it right as it hits the circle. You can sort of see the gist here. And that is the extent of the game. There's music playing, but I just turned it off. It's actually a pretty fun game, nice way to kill some time. Another omission from the iPad is any built-in calculator. So I actually downloaded one here. It's 99 cents. It's just a calculator. You don't have any sort of scientific functionality, but sometimes I want to do some simple math, and I go ahead and do it right here. You can rotate it, and the whole thing just moves around. You don't get any additional functionality. The next application is a pretty cool drawing application, actually created by one of the users on Techno Buffalo. And it's called Draw It, and I believe it's about $2.99. You can pick draw on graph paper, draw on a notepad. We'll draw on graph paper. Go ahead and pick a color that you want to draw with. Let's go with blue. You can pick, I guess, whatever kind of graph paper that you want. Pick some pictures you have there. You can draw right on your pictures that you have saved. And it's pretty much as you'd expect. It's sort of a drawing application. Fun way to sort of doodle and pass the time. So let's see how I can draw a 3D shape. I just sort of pulled up a fresh canvas here. And just a fun way to doodle. You can, I guess, probably even take some notes with your hand if you want to. Just pull up the fresh page. Bring candy. always you can remember to bring candy. So those are sort of an overview of the applications that I have, that I've downloaded. Really the one that I use probably more than anything is Twitterrific. I know people prefer TweetDeck or other Twitter applications. This is the one that I prefer the most. It just shows everything in one long list, and on the iPad it's huge and really easy to use. So definitely my preferred Twitter client of choice, although you can't send pictures from here quite yet. Pictures that you may have saved on your library or sunk over, and it works when rotated as well. You can view all your tweets, your messages, your favorites, or any of your @replies. Go ahead and rotate that back. So just a quick overview of all the applications that I have on my iPad, and as sort of more come out and I start to learn more and play with more, I will do an update video. So did I miss any applications here? Are there some that you must have that I haven't downloaded yet? Leave a video response or text response down below. I'm really curious to really use the iPad to its full potential and know some cool apps that I may have missed. So anyway guys, I'm John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. What's up everyone? John Rettinger from Techno... Ooh, hiccup. What's up everyone? John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here. There are starting to be a ton of iPad apps that are being put out just a few days after the device's release. I wanted to give you guys an overview of some of my favorite iPad apps. Nah, that was bad. Here.